What's up, guys? We got a little pressure washer from Teande, from Amazon. Basically, it's from Amazon. I'll put a link down to this thing below. But yeah, we're gonna check it out, see how it does. Try it out with a foam cannon, kind of clean some stuff up, clean up some ground. For the majority of us, I think that is the #1 reason for picking one of these up. So it looks like it did come with a few little screws in the box. It does have this little metal piece here. Doesn't look like any additional O-rings or anything. Here's the wand on this one. Feels all right. The inlet on this is very small. This is interesting. The inlet, yeah, that's a very tiny area for it to hook up to the hose. But you know, it feels like most of the wands. Here's the hose itself. The one end looks to be pretty standard for pressure washer hookups. Like, so if you did want to change out the hose, it looks like you could, but you'd also have to get an additional wand. And here is the outlet side of that with that little pressurized barb fitting, if you will. So when we hook that up, it should make a leak-free fit. Pieces, I'll show you where these things go. Got like the little handle holder thing. Did come with a couple of fittings. So this looks like a hose connector with a filter. Came with a screwdriver, so that's kind of nice. Makes it to where I don't have to go back to the garage to grab one of those. Not to say it's far away or anything, but hey, whatever. And a couple mount pieces. Here's the actual machine itself. Left it in the on position, so make sure you keep yours in the off position. This knob is kind of halfway. It kind of just springs back. I don't know what's up with that. I may have to reinstall that or something. Here's the little outlet piece right here. Like I was saying, it's pretty standard look. Most pressure washers have that same outlet. Here's the inlet. The inlet is plastic, so that's why they're giving you that little piece thing there. This little guy, which does screw on there, does look like there is a washer, so that's good. And that'll make it a little bit more robust so it doesn't just blow out that plastic piece there. So let's go ahead and put everything together on this. This is not gonna have your typical quick connection, so you did wanna run some sort of accessory like a foam cannon. You would have to basically change this nozzle and most likely change the hose. So probably what I'll do is I'll show you guys the capability with this, and then I'll just change out the hose real quick and the wand, and we'll just kind of put on a foam cannon, because I think most people that purchase a pressure washer nowadays, they want to see what a foam cannon will do. This thing did came with this little guy. Usually I find that these are more so just like soaping items, if you will. Like, it just sprays soap on the car. Not really a foam cannon in any sort of way, because it doesn't really seem to ever make foam. Board length looks to be decent, so that's cool. It's got a GFI on the end. Go ahead and put this thing together. On each side, top and bottom here. Okay, so when you go to rip the plastic off, they just kind of shoved it in here. So yeah, you can either take it out, or I don't know, take a knife because you're being too lazy, and just kind of clean it up, I guess. And right here, like, I have to do the same thing. Not a huge fan of that. On the back side is where these two plastic pieces go. Find pretty much all pressure washers, you do have to do some assembly. As far as, if you guys are wondering, like, is this the first pressure washer I've reviewed? No, I probably reviewed like 7 different pressure washers now. And my big things are, what kind of accessories can I hook to them? You know, how's it do with the foam cannon? And how's it really do with washing a car? Stock items that it comes with. Are they decent enough to use right out of the box, or are you gonna have to spend some extra dough? So you can see this just kind of hooks up here, and what that's gonna be for is just kind of, you know, winding the cord around or whatever. Now, as far as this goes, you have a little plastic piece that goes on the front. This thing just slips on the side here. And same with this one, just kind of slips on the side here. Outlet in the front here, O-ring side. It would be possibly a good idea to lube this up, but if we're just installing it one time, we should be okay. If you guys end up taking this on and off a lot of times, I recommend lubing up the O-ring, as it'll help you out with leaks or anything like that. And literally this end here just goes right into the gun itself. Something that's kind of nice. They did supply you with a little wrench, and it looks like you can go ahead and just kind of tighten that down. That way you don't have any leaks. All right, so that's how it looks. You know, it has a decent stance to it. It does have that area to put your hose and all that. The hose is not very long, so one of the first upgrades I would recommend if you guys do pick up this pressure washer is getting a new hose and probably a new gun or a new wand. That way, you know, you can use interchangeable items. GFI, always make sure you have the water hooked up to the pressure washer first, hand with it on. You need to do that before you power up your pressure washer, or 100% you're going to burn up the motor prematurely or literally on the first install. Now this thing says 2.2 gallons per minute, which isn't horrible. If it actually does that to its claim, it says 2.8 at the max. I always like to kind of bleed out the hose first, kind of get the water flowing. No electricity on it. Now we can literally get this hose out of the way, crank the power on. Let's see how it sounds. Up, GFI must be popped. Let's hit the button. Didn't sound horrible. Okay, so this is where you dial in the intensity of the spray nozzle. So this little guy right here is going to make it different. This is how you adjust the stream, is literally, or the fan pattern, just by twisting this end piece right here. I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So that's super high pressure. That's the fan. You can see it, and then it gets to a real fine point. Good and bad with that, right? The bad is you don't know what degree you're cleaning anything with. So when you're cleaning your car, you want the fan, all right? That extreme high pressure, that's literally gonna rip your paint off if you do that pinpoint. So definitely hit the ground first. But as you can see, using it on a car, we want basically this sort of situation, right about there. It's got a decent amount of flow from what it looks like to me as far as water goes. The pressure is not that high though. I mean, right there with that particular stream, now you're not going to want to do that with a pinpoint because that'll actually like rip your flesh off, but that feels all right. We'll hit a wheel real quick. These wheels are pretty dirty. I'm gonna show the difference in the intensity here on the nozzle. So apparently here you can actually turn up the pressure. And then you can adjust the stream with this right here, okay? So right here, this little area is pretty dirty. Different pressure here, make it finer, right? Make it more pinpoint and more intense. That's kind of all the way pinpoint. And this is fully fanned out. Still decent pressure on that fully fanned out. For what I got going on here, at least with my dirtiness. Let's see if this will actually clean up some wood.